All right, let's talk about how I sold my house without an agent. So I listed the house, it sat on the market. I almost turned it into an Airbnb. I dropped the price more than one time, and then I almost took it off the market to put it into the rental market. But then out of nowhere, a buyer did show up, put in an offer, and I accepted it. So now I want to walk you through the process of how I actually sold the house without an agent. So once the house got done getting renovated, I posted it on a flat fee site that actually posts your house onto the MLS. And basically what happened from there was I got like the middle tier offer, and on the middle tier offer I picked 6 months and I think about 25 pictures. From there the house was listed on the MLS. This is not to be confused with for sale by owner, because that's not what I did in this case. Now, how did I get the pictures? I got the pictures because I also have an Airbnb and I have other properties. And what I did was I saw some work from a local photographer. I liked the work. I reached out to him and he took the pictures for this listing as well. So we got the house listed on a flat fee website. And from there, we just needed to go through the process of the showings and all of that. So the way that I got the description for the property was I used ChatGPT to help me develop a description that was going to be like an emotional pull, because I wanted the people to be emotionally connected to the house, because all of these houses have the same features that have been renovated by investors. The emotional pull was I was selling peace, serenity, and quiet in an established neighborhood. So now if you like your neighbors currently, you don't have to worry about them leaving for a long time. But if you're in a new construction, you don't know who your neighbors are going to be, and that's a toss-up. So that is one of the perks of moving into an already established neighborhood. And once I had the house up on the flat fee site, I needed to make sure that I had a smooth process for talking to the agents. And the flat fee companies, they do this. This is what they do. So they're going to make sure that you succeed. And basically, they're going to have a little directions box. And my directions were, if you're interested in showing this house, then send me your business card. And once you send me your business card, I will send you the code for you to go into the house. And once the agent was done with the showing, I requested that they go ahead and let me know that they were leaving the house. So the last thing that I requested was buyer feedback. I wanted to know what the buyer thought about the house. Some agents were kind enough to share the information, and other agents, they ghosted me. And that's fine. But I made sure to show gratitude and to be very thankful that they actually showed their clients my home. So I kept it cute, I kept it classy, because I'm out here and this is what I do. When they see my name again and they roll up on the text, they're gonna be like, oh, I snubbed her, I shaded her last time, but now we interact again. And then they will slowly warm up, to me and to the fact that I'm an investor in this market. And this is how we roll. This is how we're rolling, at least for now. Now, the house was not budging. The house was staying on the market, and I was like, okay, what are some alternatives? Doubling down on keeping the main thing. The goal was to get the house off the books. That was the first goal. But the Airbnb became an option. We're like, okay, what are some other things that we can do so that we don't have to pay this mortgage each and every month? Like, how can we offset that? That's when the Airbnb came into play. You've got to furnish these houses. Yes, you can find stuff on Marketplace, feel how you want to feel about that. But I'm a woman of convenience, and I just need to go to the store and say, I want this, and this, and get it. So Marketplace would not have worked for me because I choose convenience. So that's going to also raise the price. So for this property, Airbnb didn't work out. But there are also veteran homes, group homes, other types of homes that this house could have been used for. Here's the deal. Once you use the house for that, now you've got to go in and spruce it back up. Painting, fixing things here and there. So you're still going to have to pay money to get the house back into an investor sale, right? Because I am presenting this house as a turnkey house, not as a house that you need to walk into and make some adjustments. So after being on the market for about 6 months, on a random day, I got a text and the agent was like, hey, Mary, looks like you're going to be first on the list. And then we started the process of taking this house to close. All of the things that happen with an agent still happen with this house. We still needed to get an appraisal. We still needed to get termite. They pushed for warranty. Things like that happened, and that was all talked about in the initial contract. So I honored it. They put down earnest money, and we proceeded to close. Now, I know that you see a little bit of rain in my background. Mobile, Alabama is the rainiest city in the United States. You know, Seattle, people talk about Seattle. Baby, we get the rain here. Before I close this out, let me be crystal clear. I am not an agent, I'm not an attorney, and this is not legal advice. This is just me telling you how I got this house sold and saved about $6,000 in commission fees while doing it. Now, the buyer had an agent and they wrote the offer. I signed it. There was no back and forth. I signed the offer as is. Now, I do know that having an agent does help with marketing, but let me give you some context. This was the slowest market that we've seen in years. New constructions were sitting. Staged homes were sitting. Investor flips like mine, they were also sitting. And I had another house actually during this time that was listed with the realtor. And that house had like one open house, and it just sat there as well with no showing. So yes, marketing does help. But even with an agent, you're at the mercy of the market. So if I were to do this again, I'm putting my houses on MLS every time. And when the offer comes, I'm going to be ready to make a decision of accepting, rejecting, or countering the offer. So one thing that I'm trying to do on this YouTube channel is document being a professional. You know, nursing is my thing. And building in parallel businesses. And because I am documenting the build, in the next video, I do want to talk a little bit more about the most passive thing that I have ever done, which is car rentals. So I hope that you stay tuned in so we can talk about that in the next video. Bye.